This is RTV6 News at 11, working for you.
A heat wave is coming. Good evening to you. I'm Mark Mullins. A warning related to hot temperatures takes effect tomorrow. Working for you, Storm Team 6 Chief Meteorologist Kevin Gregory is helping you prepare for that.
And just getting warmed up today, Mark. We did touch 90 in Indianapolis, 91 in Lafayette. This is the beginning. Look what happens tomorrow. Up to 93, warmest day and closest to setting a record on Friday. 96, the record high. 98, still solidly in the 90s as we go into the weekend. That's why we have an excessive heat warning in effect tomorrow afternoon through the weekend. So the danger is in the duration of the heat. The fact that it's tomorrow, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. We don't cool off overnight any of those nights. If you know someone that does not have air conditioning, you'll want to check in with them, make sure they're doing well. The heat index values will climb to nearly 110 at times through this stretch. But there's already a break in the heat wave. I'll show you when that arrives coming up.
And you can get weather updates, alerts, watches, warnings, and much more anytime by simply downloading the RTV6 app. RTV6 is working for you, getting answers about something you might have noticed around abandoned buildings across central Indiana. People living on the Far East Side say the parking lot of a former grocery store is turning into an unauthorized truck stop for semis and other big vehicles. RTV6's Graham Hunter shows you what the city is trying to do to curb that problem.
If you're tired of seeing trucks and trailers parked out here in the old Needler's lot, well, good news. The city is doing something to try and prevent it, but city ordinances are such that it might not happen as quick as you like.
It just seems a little bit dumpy.
The parking lot off Fox Road used to be home to busy shoppers going into Marsh and later Needler's Fresh Market, but now
there are more cars parked in here that are kind of random. We don't really know where they're coming from.
We talked to a spokesman for Needler's, which owns the lot, who says they're trying to work with the city to get all the vehicles removed.
But it would just seem like you shouldn't be able to just park anywhere you want.
A spokesman from Lawrence Police tells RTV6 they've received permission to start removing vehicles from the lot.
You've got an RV over there. You got road work crews leaving their stuff here. Now we got an 18-wheeler flatbed in there.
We saw the driver of this semi-truck inspecting his vehicle walk away, and 2 hours later, they still never came back. And Lawrence police say there's nothing to stop someone from parking and even sleeping in a truck there overnight.
Yeah, that's not good at all.
What police can do is tag any vehicles, campers, or trailers and remove them 72 hours later. That's what local ordinances allow.
And I'd like to see those removed. I think they're an eyesore.
What neighbors would like to see most of all?
I would love it if they would just replace the building with something else just so we can use it instead of letting it sit empty.
The sooner, the better.
I'd like to see something go in there that's going to be profitable for them and be able to help the community as well.
Reporting in Lawrence, Graham Hunter, RTV6.
The Lawrence Police Department tells RTV6 if someone pulls into the lot, police can ask them to leave, but they can stay up to 72 hours unless the owner of the property calls police and specifically asks for that vehicle to be removed from private property. RTV6 is working to get answers and resolution for homeowners dealing with separate, frustrating issues after they reached out for help. We start at Phyllis Alexander's home on the northeast side of Indianapolis. She says her kitchen ceiling has been leaking for months because of cracks, and it's only getting worse. She says she's notified the property manager several times.
They're not doing anything about it, so now it's hurt. It's all on my counter, my top counter, the floor. I am unable to cook.
RTV6 spoke with the leasing manager at Supreme Property Management. The manager says the company has done patchwork to repair the leak several times, but now they've decided to replace the roof completely. We'll continue to follow up to make sure that happens. Another Indianapolis woman is struggling to get the city to complete a simple task. Tanya Bowen says that her heavy trash has been sitting in the alley behind her house for weeks. The Department of Public Works collects heavy trash once a month. On Tanya Street, it's the first Tuesday of every month. So when her items were not collected on July 2nd, she called the Mayor's Action Center. After calling again and again and again and again with no results, she called RTV6.
I told them maybe like my third call to them that I'm tempted to call 6 for help and see if maybe then my trash will be picked up. And maybe they thought I was just blowing them smoke or what, but here we are.
We reached out to DPW on Bowen's behalf. Officials say they're actively looking into the case. We'll continue to ask questions until the trash is removed there. If you have a problem and need help getting results, contact us at workingforyou@rtv6.com. Investigators say a 3-year-old girl is in critical condition at this hour after falling into a pond in Boone County. A 5-year-old girl also fell into the water and she died. It happened around noon near a home off County Road 500 South. The child who survived was in the care of foster parents. Investigators say they're looking into why this happened and how it could have been prevented. New information tonight about an Indianapolis teenager left comatose after a crash. 17-year-old Caleb Cunningham is no longer on life support and is breathing on his own. His mother posted the update on social media. Marissa Cunningham first spoke with RTV6 last week. She says her son was a passenger in a car involved in an accident and he was left for dead. She wants someone to be held accountable for what happened. The Young Democrats of America convention kicks off at Union Station in Indianapolis today. The event kicks into high gear tomorrow. South Bend Mayor and presidential hopeful Pete Buttigieg will speak at the conference tomorrow. It will be his first formal campaign-style appearance in Indiana since launching his official campaign in South Bend. He's set to headline the evening general session starting at 7 o'clock. And Speaker of the House Nancy Pelosi will lead the Friday evening session. That also starts at 7. Pelosi is the first woman to serve as House Speaker. It is now in her 3rd term.
Donald John Trump, by causing such harm to the society of the United States, is unfit to be president and warrants impeachment, trial, and removal from office.
The House of Representatives voted on that resolution today and voted overwhelmingly to kill it. Texas Representative Al Green introduced the impeachment effort, saying the president needs to be punished for his controversial tweets. Speaker Pelosi says Democratic leaders want to wait to hear special counsel Robert Mueller's testimony first before deciding to take any action. Another shakeup at the Indiana Department of Child Services. The associate director is out after only 1 year on the job. Former Boone County prosecutor Todd Meyer resigned from the position effective yesterday. The state personnel department did not give a reason for the resignation, and RTV6 cannot reach Meyer for comment. His departure comes about 6 weeks after DCS terminated its deputy general counsel and the assistant general counsel retired. The former Johnson County prosecutor has resigned under the terms of a plea deal in a domestic violence case. A judge sentenced Bradley Cooper today to 540 days of supervised probation and a $50 fine. Deputies were called to Cooper's home in March, where they found a woman with a swollen and bruised eye. The Indianapolis Indians and their food service providers say they've corrected health violations at Victory Field. As a routine inspection on June 12th, the Marion County Public Health Department issued 8 violations to Victory Field, 3 of them critical, meaning the most likely to get you sick. Those critical violations include an employee who did not wash hands after being on a cell phone, hot dogs not held to a hot enough temperature. They're supposed to be kept at 135 degrees. Non-critical violations include an employee not wearing proper hair restraints or nets.
Well, that is one of the major risk factors for foodborne illness. If bacteria grows in the temperature danger zone, which is 41 on the low side to 135. So we want to keep hot foods above 135 and cold foods below 41 so that the bacteria doesn't have time to grow and then make people sick.
The Indians tell us all the violations were corrected during the inspection last month or immediately after. We also reached out to Victory Field's food service provider, Aramark, and they told us the well-being of our fans is a top priority. We take food safety very seriously, and we work closely with our partners on an ongoing basis to ensure the food served at Victory Field is of the highest quality and served in the safest environments, end quote. Marion County Sheriff's deputies are getting a raise. A 3% increase starts on August 1st. Sheriff Kerry Forrestal says he hopes the salary hike will help attract new employees. A recent report shows Marion County Sheriff's Office staff members are paid 21% below the rate of surrounding counties. With the 3% raise, the starting salary for a sheriff's deputy will be a little more than $36,000. 3 Martinsville police officers are sporting new life-saving equipment tonight. Canines Sid, Ito, and Jada have body armor thanks to a donation from the nonprofit organization Vested Interest in Canines. The vests are bullet and stab protective. Firefighters needed to use life-saving equipment on a cat that you see here after a fire at a south side of Indianapolis there. Crews were called to a home on Craigmont Drive, north of Southport High School around 9 o'clock this morning. 3 people were inside the home at the time. 2 women were taken to the hospital. 1 is in critical condition.
This job will lead to high-level pay. It does. Right? And that's what it's about.
Central Indiana School is helping students get a head start working in the airline industry. How it's a win-win for both sides. Also, how you can prevent your air conditioner from breaking down during the height of the heat wave. You're watching RTV6 News at 11.
With Ashley Home Store, this is home. This is RTV6 News at 11, working for you.
RTV6 is working for you, helping you prepare for the heat wave headed our way. Here are some safety reminders. Drink water and stay hydrated. Remember, drinking alcohol and caffeine can lead to dehydration. Wear light, loose-fitting clothes outside and take breaks from the heat often. And check on your neighbors and relatives, especially those who do not have air conditioning. Even if you do have an air conditioner, it may struggle as temperatures soar. Working for you, consumer reporter John Matarese has advice to keep your AC running so you don't waste your money.
Don Weaver is having a busy week.
Don, Arling House Heating and Air.
The Arling House air conditioning tech is responding to trouble calls and doing last-minute summer tune-ups. We found him at Patrick Briscoe's condo.
And we want to know if there are any little problems that are going to crop up that will cause an outage. And, you know, not when it's 75, but when it's 95.
Smart move, according to Arling House's Shara Evans, who says, like your car, an AC unit needs regular service.
It's very similar, so you do proper maintenance on your car, so you'd want to do the same on your HVAC system.
You know, with a lot of products, the saying goes, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Well, in the case of your central air conditioning, that's not true, because if you don't maintain it, change the filters, and have it inspected, it's going to fail. Oh, on the hottest day of the year.
First thing we want to take a look at is the evaporator coil.
The biggest problem, people don't change their filter enough, especially monthly in the summer.
It's very important that we change that on a consistent basis.
He also tells customers not to fiddle with the temperature once your home's comfortable. Instead, he suggests keeping it on, but turn your AC up as close to 80 as you can and still be comfortable. Close blinds on the south side of your home. Open the basement door and put a fan blowing up the stairs for free cooling. And don't run the oven at all when it's over 90 degrees out. Patrick's listening because he doesn't want a huge repair bill this summer.
So be careful so you don't waste your money. I'm John Matarese for RTV6.
If you need help finding a cooling shelter or other resources during the heat wave, you can call 211. That service is available statewide. Storm Team 6 Chief Meteorologist Kevin Gregory has your full forecast just ahead here. A burglary suspect in Columbus made it easy for police to identify him after dropping his wallet at the scene of the crime. Officers were called to a home on Pearl Street just before 8 o'clock Tuesday morning. The homeowner says someone broke into his garage and stole $4,000 worth of tools and other items. Police later found and arrested the man whose wallet was found near the garage and recovered the stolen tools and many other stolen items. Investigators are working to learn if those items were taken in other recent garage burglaries. Lafayette police are asking for your help identifying a suspect who tried to steal a woman's purse. Investigators say the man in this picture tried to rob the woman on June 22nd around 2 o'clock in the morning near North and 6th Streets. Police say a neighbor stopped the robbery, but if you do have information, you're asked to call this number. It is 765-807-1200. Indianapolis is investing in the community to help prevent violence. Today, the city awarded grants to grassroots anti-violence organizations. 5 groups are receiving $60,000 each, including Recycle Force. Recycle Force provides employment, job training, placement, and other services to people who spent time in prison or jail. Leaders with the organization say a job is one of the best ways to stop a bullet.
Everyone needs a chance. And with this grant here, we have opportunity to give people better choices now.
The other programs are Step Up Inc., which provides critical health services like HIV and STI testing, as well as mentoring and case management for high school students. Violence-Free Living, a classroom-based program that focuses on intervention for people who are incarcerated. Voices, a healing-centered community arts organization. And Youth Employment System Indy Re-Engagement Centers, which provides services to young people who are not in school or working. Young Hoosiers are on a path to being hired as airplane mechanics thanks to a new program. There is a critical need for people who know how to repair planes. Decatur Central High School is helping to fill that gap. The school is partnering with AAR, a company that provides maintenance and repair services to several airlines at Indianapolis International Airport. Students start working entry-level positions like material handler and move up the ranks. Participants say a field trip to the facility sparked their interest in the industry.
It was amazing. We got to see all the airplanes and what people got to do. I got to see people paint airplanes, work on it, mechanics. So it was a very good inspiration, and it got me to really see that this is really important and this is really what I want to do.
Right now, 8 students are taking part in the program. They'll eventually get the opportunity to earn more money and receive benefits like tuition reimbursement. RTV6 is asking for your help supplying students with the items they need for the upcoming school year. Our annual back-to-school donation drive is tomorrow. We'll be on Monument Circle from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. collecting supplies. There's a specific need for spiral notebooks, loose-leaf paper, pens, pencils, and pocket folders. Time now for your Storm Team 6 forecast, and it is still a warm one out there, even at this late hour.
And that's the issue. The next several nights, temperatures will stay in the mid-70s, so we don't really cool off. This caught my eye, a lone thunderstorm on the northwest side of Indianapolis, about 8:30, 9 o'clock, and it was the lightning within the cloud that grabbed your attention. We think so much about cloud to ground. Yeah, watch this time lapse here. We think so much of cloud to ground lightning, but more common is lightning that stays within a cloud or then between clouds. But this one had our undivided attention all by itself. That's faded away. I'll show you some other rain in a second. We're currently at 80. That's what Mark is talking about. Temperatures mid-70s for the next several nights. Temperatures at 81 in Muncie, 77 in Bloomington. The humidity is high. Let's flash back. You remember 2012? We had 7 days where the actual temperature, the high temperature, reached above 100 degrees, hitting 105 on 2 occasions. This heat wave will only see triple digits with our heat index, what it feels like when you combine the humidity. Friday will be close to setting a record temperature. These are the forecast highs and the records in red. Mostly triple digit record temperatures. Our warmest predicted high right now is 96. Just want to show you. I mentioned that the break from the heat is in the forecast, but not until Monday. Monday 86, then Tuesday, Wednesday, far more comfortable, lower humidity with some sunshine and more comfortable conditions. Going, almost gone down in Decatur County. This is riding right along Interstate 74, pushing a little south of that now, headed toward Versailles as it moves away. Tomorrow, 20% chance of additional thunderstorms. Obviously, if it rains, it would be heavy rain because we're so moist. Then we get to Friday, dry and warm, probably our warmest day, and then a low, lingering chance for thunderstorms after that. 7 a.m. tomorrow, not much happening. It's a warm start. 1 o'clock in the afternoon, some isolated thunderstorms. A complex of thunderstorms tries to enter northern Indiana, and we may swing some through the eastern portion of the state. That's kind of riding the edge of that dome of heat, which will continue to expand. Highs tomorrow, low to mid-90s. At least we'll have a little bit of a breeze. Average temperatures this time of the year around 86 or 87. You can see we're running well above that. As you look at Friday, temperatures by noon 91, 96 the afternoon high. And as we move from Friday's 96 with 107 or 108 heat index, the chance for thunderstorms returns a little higher on Sunday at 30%. Here's your 7-day planner. The coolest temperatures on the right-hand side of your screen. You can read from right to left if that makes you feel better. Temperatures in the low 80s by Tuesday and Wednesday of next week.
All right, shorts weather.
Yes. Dave's
not
wearing
suits.
Right.
You want to hear something scary?
Yeah.
The Broncos reported the training camp today. So it's, I mean, NFL training camp.
It's coming.
It's here.
I mean, they
it's
need
right
extra practice, though. We're good.
They're okay. They need
the Colts are fine.
They can wait. I like that idea. Also tonight, a story of inspiration from an IndyCar family to yours in the vehicle. Peyton Manning Children's Hospital. A room for Michael. Only on RTV6 with the news at 11.
Jetta, Tiguan, and select Atlas models. Which more bass?
Well, Peyton Manning up to more fantastic commercials. This one for his Peyton Manning Children's Hospital on the north side. Patients with sometimes very serious cases, but treated with a very positive tone, like only Peyton can. Well, good evening to you. To that end, a look at how families who have spent really months there give back, including the IndyCar community. A little determination, a little perseverance, as one family hopes to spread Michael's message in tonight's Sports Extra Spotlight. Go inside the Peyton Manning Children's Hospital and you'll likely see fresh coffee for the doctors and toys for the young patients. Regular donations from Barry and Lori Wanzer.
It's just about bringing joy here and there in a way that Michael would want us to do.
Michael is Barry and Lori's son, who 8 years ago found himself battling acute myeloid leukemia. As a result, he spent months in the hospital and picked up the nickname Iron Man after markings on his chest mimicked that of the superhero. He died when he was just 6 years old.
Michael's blood and cells.
The Wanzers have set a goal of helping construct a new room in the hospital to help remember Michael in a very special way. Plans are complete with every local sports team represented and built-in video games for any age.
We, as a family, have worked together to design a room that brings a lot of things that distracted Michael during his stay.
We feel Michael here. Michael was the kind of kid who loved helping other people. He loved life. He would want us to pay it forward.
And one of Michael's loves was racing. His dad, Barry, is the competition manager for Chip Ganassi Racing. And among those on the team to offer Barry and Lori a hand was driver Scott Dixon.
Just how strong they are, how big of a deal they are to the community, and especially in the Peyton Manning Children's Hospital. How strong they've been for me has been extremely inspiring. It's great to just be able to call these people friends and family.
And you remember that's how Dan went.
Themed rooms can mean everything. Look no further than the room designed for the late Dan Weldon at the hospital. And Michael's room will include plenty of racing.
This is staying in the oncology clinic.
Just like he had 8 years ago when the race team designed this gaming cart for him.
Not only to be kind of bright and uplifting and just kind of fun to look at, it's also helpful to be functional, as well.
This is not a fun place for children to come, right? This is not where they actually want to spend their time. So we had to come up with unique ways to find family time here. But we've been fortunate to have a lot of support.
And thanks to the Wanzers and others, the support for any child in Michael's situation will be as strong as ever.
A lot of people, when someone dies from cancer, they'll say that they lost their battle. For Michael, it was a completely different ending. He felt joy every day. It was like his mission to just have a great day. It never took that from him, even until his last breath.
Sports providing the means for healing there. The Wanzers are inviting the entire community, let alone the racing one, to take part in their efforts. You can find out more on that by Googling the Wanzer, check the Wanzer Room at St. Vincent Foundation. All right, finally tonight, first and foremost, from Chicago today. Cubs and Reds first pitch thrown by Chicago Bears head coach Matt Nagy, and this might be the best first pitch in the history of the game. He's not messing around. Clocked in around 68 miles an hour. Caught the outside of the plate. Everyone was stunned afterwards. What a pitch. Maybe a sign of things to come for the Bears. Maybe. Who knows? Chicago, by the way, reports to camp on Monday. The Colts report to camp on Wednesday. The news at 11 continues after this.
93 tomorrow. Heat index.
That's all? 90?
Yeah, we're going to get warmer from there, though. 96
from there.
Or so. Yeah. Take it easy next few days.
Yeah.
Seek shade.
Brace yourselves. Have a good night, everybody.